I don't think his approval numbers will have a 3 in it for much longer at the
Sure.
beginning. I
Sure.
think he's going to crash below 30%.
I mean, how does he even have 30%
I
now,
don't-
considering what's going on? I mean, that
Right.
makes no sense to me. And the economy is going to be the thing that changes it, because he's been lying about jobs numbers, lying about GDP, lying about investment into the US. None of it is true. We're hearing about revised numbers again this week, revising things down to the point that the economy is getting so close to recession, and that will have ramifications around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about the world for just a moment, because I mean, I've been writing on Substack the last couple of weeks about this Board of Peace that he announced at Davos, big fanfare, and really, my fear has been that he doesn't want to stop at the United States. He really feels that he deserves world domination. And in fact, Mother Jones wrote an article a couple of days ago entitled "Donald Trump's Plan to be King of the World. His Board of Peace is essentially a global slush fund run by him and him alone." The plan surely is to undermine the United Nations and NATO, and even, I mean, he's the chairman of this thing that he's created, right? He can never be fired. He chooses his successor. He can veto any decision that's made by the board. The board consists of probably the worst autocrats and despots in the world currently. None of the kind of democratic countries have agreed to sign on to this. And that suits Trump perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, he's even invited Vladimir Putin, Benjamin Netanyahu. This is problematic because outside of the US, Trump sees his reign lasting indefinitely and having greater power than just through the boundaries of America.
Yeah, this Board of Peace thing, you should run on one of your shows, we should too, a counter of how many people have died in the countries that he's claiming that he's bringing peace to, whether it's Gaza or it's Ukraine. I mean, this Board of Peace made up of, just to be pop culture for a minute, you're old enough. It reminds me of that Star Trek, the first round of Star Trek show, where they were on in that place where it was like Abraham Lincoln and all, right? And all the true patriot leaders against like Genghis Khan and all these terrible his peace board. It would be like Hitler, Mussolini, Milosevic. I mean, on the peace board, and as you rightly point out, $1 billion entry fee with him controlling all of the money. The scarring of the world and of America. The question I have, and I know you've been writing about it, is how do we heal it after he's gone? The tear down of the Kennedy Center that's imminent, the scarring of the White House, the scarring of our global relationships. Can we heal this? What do you think? Can we, when he's gone, and he will eventually be gone, and there won't be another person. You see the people around him who have the cult of personality that even can control the amount of people that he does. The J.D. Vance is not going to do it. Marco Rubio's not going to do it. So when he's gone and off the world stage, and it will happen, whether chronologically or politically,
right?
What do we do? How do we fix the world? And can we fix the world? And put it, I mean, Biden spent a considerable amount of time fixing, after Trump won, global relationships and was reasonably successful in doing that. With a proper president who reinstates diplomacy, international funding for international crises, State Department funding, and kind of reinvigorates these. It'll take a while. It'll take 2 terms to do it. But do you think it'll be a success?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I'll give you a longer answer. I think it's done now. I think it's done. America is too volatile for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Canada is joining forces with the Europeans. India, which is one of the kind of largest markets now, has chosen its side too, and it's not the US. China's basically been given a bit of a blank check by America, and so I don't think that even if you were to get Gavin Newsom, hypothetically, who is an excellent diplomat and a great kind of speaker, I think that the institutions now are just not to be trusted. And the very constitution that I was going to say, you people keep always referring to, the Constitution, this Constitution that is fundamentally flawed and has been proven so by the rise of Donald Trump and the collapse of the guardrails that were supposed to prevent something
Well,
like
it's not
this
the
from happening.
Constitution. It's the Supreme Court's interpretation of aspects of it
Right.
that even our framers never foresaw, that there'd
Yeah.
be a corrupted Supreme Court
Yeah.
in collaboration with an imperial president. The things that drive you and me batty and question the constitutional republic and the Constitution were doctrines that were never present during the time the Constitution
Right.
was created. This unitary executive model,
Mhm.
that okay, that wasn't, people were like, when did that, was that in the 1780s? No, that was in the 1980s
Yeah.
with a guy named Robert Bork, carried forward by a guy named Antonin Scalia, and forward and forward. It was such a fringe theory that if you look at Supreme Court case law from the 1980s and 1990s, and people like Sandra Day O'Connor on the Supreme Court, they were like, that's a fringe radical theory.
Right, but that is what we have now.
But
we
that's
have
what
we have a unitary government, and Stephen Miller, of course, said it out loud on TV and
Right.
stopped himself and pretended that the line had gone down.
But my point is, it's not the Constitution that's defective.
Right.
It's these prisms that are being used to interpret it that are corrupted by a Supreme Court. We got to fix the Supreme Court. Meaning, I'll be frank, we got to pack it.
Yeah.
We need like
But
5,
we've been
6 more
saying this
people.
for
Yeah, but we don't have the
7 or 8
luxury
years
anymore
now.
just to have an academic exercise, like a tabletop exercise. Like, wouldn't this be interesting if we had 15 people on the Supreme Court? No, we need 15 people on the Supreme Court, and we have to add 5 or 6 more that are by Democratic presidents. And people are like, well, what's going to happen if there's a Republican in there? Well, we just got to hope that generationally this will be the
But
thing
it's
that
still
does it.
political, Michael. This is the thing, and a high court in other countries is not done politically, and that I think that's the reason. In answer to your first question as to how the rest of the world views America and can the U.S. recover from this, I just don't believe it's possible. It is generationally, but it might take 25 years.
How in the UK? How does the High Court judge chosen?
It's done by an independent committee, effectively.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The politicians might nominate people and make suggestions, but it's an independent judicial committee that make that
Yeah.
decision.